everyone, I'm Amy and I work with people and their homes. And today is the second in my series of videos about men and housework. We're going to be talking about how you divide up housework in your household and whether this is something that you discuss or just fall into naturally.
It's kind of back and forth. Right now, I think she ends up doing more of it because she's not at work. But we try to kind of balance things out as much as humanly possible. Both of us seem to hate dishes and laundry equally. It just kind of has to get done.
I feel like if I'm fair, partner does more of it, but we do different types of stuff. We basically do whatever. It's sort of settled on whichever thing annoys us the most. You are the one that ends up doing it.
She's much less tolerant of like dust and little bits on the floor than I am. Whereas she's a lot more tolerant of stuff being left in the sink than I am. And so between the two of us, I think it probably roughly evens out in that she's more likely to get annoyed with the floor and sweep it, and I'm more likely to get annoyed with the sink and just clean what's there. If you find the tasks that someone doesn't mind doing and the other one doesn't like doing, splitting the tasks that way, as long as there's nothing left in the gap, is normally the most efficient way.
If it comes down to, okay, I know this needs to be done to the house and I know that I can do it. Let's use the example of taking the bins out. You know, you see there's a bin filling up. So, okay, it's not really anybody's responsibility as such. I can see it's there. I can do it. Let's do it. And it makes life easier for the next person.
Like, so I'll see things around and kind of just like tie them up, or if there's stuff on the floor, I'll kind of tidy it up. But I kind of don't do like deep cleaning stuff because I'm more of a keep everything tidy and manageable kind of person. For instance, things like bathrooms, I don't really clean bathrooms a lot because I guess my tolerance is slightly grubbier than Laura's. On the other hand, Laura will more take it upon herself to sort of, she does like big deep cleans. She'll be like, right, enough is enough, and then blitz a big area and it'll be spotless. Yeah, so I'm more like one step forward, one step back, where Laura's like 10 steps back and then 11 steps forwards kind of thing.
The way it's tended to work is that we have ended up with a bit of routine. She goes to bed earlier than I do, and then it's the last thing I'll do before I go to bed is just sweep around the kitchen, grab everything, which I don't mind because it's easy for me just to grab everything and shove it in the dishwasher. It takes me, 10 minutes, set it off, and then in the morning she gets up earlier, will tend to want breakfast and go into the dishwasher, so I want a bowl, and she'll unload the dishwasher in the morning. It's just we never discussed it, it's just the routine we've ended up in.
I know when the bins are going to get picked up, so I'm the one that's taking them down. Same with recycling, maybe for council tax as well, that she's got it on the board, so it's a reminder. I have a little bit of OCD. I'm an organized guy. So it's these little things from going from this house to this house to this house that I've kind of used it as a habit.
We quite like doing housework together in a way because it's always an easier job. Yeah. And misery loves company. So quite often in the evening, we'll like blitz everything quickly and then it doesn't seem as bad.
Well, because I own the house and my housemate, although we've been friends for long before we moved in, she is technically a lodger with me. And so we actually have a contract that defines that. Things break, boiler, whatever, we need a plumber in, that's on me to pay for. So, yeah, and arrange. And she can, by the contract, nag me and complain that I'm in breach of contract if I don't, if I don't get on it.
I'm painting quite a rosy picture, but as much as there is a mutual decision to like, yeah, let's both tackle this and get it done, there is also the other side of the coin, which is a mutual decision to leave it all and not do it. So the buddy system doesn't always work.
I think that's almost though the actual state of your house is one thing, but that kind of being on the same page, I think is kind of more important than having one person always wanting it done and the other person not caring, because then at least you're a team.
Yeah, because it's like, look, I don't want to do this, you don't want to do this, so let's just both take half each. And yeah, when a job gets too big for one of us, one of us will nag the other to come and go, like, come on, let's sort this kind of thing.
When I feel that I'm doing a little bit more than I can manage, because there's other things that I'm trying to do and achieve as well. And it's all these little things that just add up, and it gets too much. So then that's probably where the sit down comes, or has come down, and be like, can you just help me do this, please? Because I'm trying to do this. And also you have to say it in a calm manner. And it's not like, could you please just take the bins out for me? But, you know, if you can just sit back and just take a deep breath and realize, okay, I'm getting myself stressed on this. If I just ask for help, that person can help me. And if they can kind of see where I'm coming from, it's just asking. And sometimes that's a hard thing to do.
When you knew that you were going to be having a baby and she would be off work, did you sort of discuss how that was going to work with the housework, or did it just kind of happen organically?
I think that more happened organically. We have had conversations and arguments in the past about housework, and I think this kind of just happened more naturally, stemming from a lot of those conversations.
Mm-hmm. What kind of things are more heated topics to discuss about? What kind of things cause the arguments?
I think it's just a difference in perspective between her and I, with like when it comes to cleaning and stuff. So for her, everything has to be done like the same day. Like the washing up for the cooking has to be done like immediately after the meal, stuff like that. Whereas in my mind, like I don't mind leaving it till the morning to do if I have more free time the next day. I guess stuff that I'd never even considered, like dusting. When I was living alone, I never once did I even consider dusting or think that it was something that needed to be done. But it's on her list of things that has to be done.
Not really. So basically the stuff that's in the contract is only like proper maintenance work. Stuff that, if it's not done, leaves the place actually uninhabitable, like broken boilers, like flooding. It doesn't cover like things like keeping the place tidy. We just kind of roughly went into it assuming we're both adults. We've both spent time living on our own and living out of home. We both know how it works, which is like a marked difference to like your first year at uni, where everyone comes in with different ideas of how much housework is expected of them.
We have done, like we've tried using an app, which we have stopped using because it was just not working. And we kind of tried to be like, okay, you do this, we do this, and like we'll take turns and stuff, but it was kind of like the app didn't really fit what we were trying to accomplish. I feel like we more tell each other what we're doing, and it sort of inadvertently makes the other person go, well, I need to do something. It's definitely more carrot, less stick, if that makes sense. Inspirational is probably too strong of a word, but that way of thinking, it's like, rather than going, you do this, you do this. No one likes being told what to do.
We all have that line. We all have that daily amount of brain power to make these decisions and to actually do things. And it's running that everyday household can have a strain on your mental health. It can, 100%, especially with all other factors, outside factors on your plate or on your list as well.
Sitting down and asking for help with it actually isn't easy, especially if maybe you've got into a habit between the two of you or within your household that you're always the one that does it, and your partner maybe thinks, oh, that's fine, they just do it. Yeah. And it might come as a surprise to them that you actually would like some help with it.
Yeah.
I think it's more we just end up compromising to keep it from turning into anything like really heated or really, with any animosity. Just keep the peace and do what makes the other person happier.
I was gonna say, it doesn't actually result in probably enough housework being done. That's the only drawback.
It's nice though that it's kind of it's almost just giving each other the awareness of the work the other person's putting in, because I think sometimes housework can go unnoticed if it's kind of daily stuff which just gets done.
Yeah, we tell each other when we do things. And when the other person doesn't notice, we're like, look, I did this. It's like, praise me.
So far we've never had problems with it. Like, we sometimes disagree on how to do things a bit, but we just kind of get on with it. That could be a one, like when I'm trying to do the washing up, sometimes she'll tell me, no, you don't, you use the wrong sponge. Like, I know how to wash up, damn it. I know what sponge works.
Yeah, it's funny, people have very precise ways about doing things sometimes, and they don't always align, and it's something that no one really talks about. Like, you don't learn necessarily how to do things like that. You just kind of pick it up, and then you realize you're doing it in a specific way and someone else is doing it.
Not with my current housemate, with a different one. She loved using bleach to clean everything. And she used bleach a lot of the time where I felt just hot soapy water will do the job just fine. And that could cause a bit of tension, because I'm feeling like bleach is way too serious a product for what you're doing, and ultimately you'll cause long-term damage. And she was feeling that I wasn't cleaning it properly. It never like boiled over into anything, but I was always aware of that little bit. I tended to resolve that just by accepting that when I do it, I'll do it my way, and when she does it, she'll do it her way.
You say about that one other person maybe that you're living with, they become almost dependable because of a habit that's been created, and they may not kind of pull their weight, but that's not their fault. It's just the way the cards have been dealt for this circumstance, this circumstance. And I went through a phase of leaving things and seeing if the washing is going to get put on. And another thing is, everybody has a different speed of doing things. So you may be asking somebody, can you hang the washing for me, please? For me, I'm very much a person to do it immediately, because then it's done and I can move on to the next thing. And there's a period of time where I would ask nicely, and then I would leave it and just subconsciously see how long it would take if it gets done. But that's a whole nother mental strain as well, because I'm now putting myself under the pressure of, if this person is going to help me, they will do, but perhaps in their own time. It's been interesting. It has been very, very interesting, because you've given yourself, okay, you may think, okay, I've asked somebody to do the washing up for me. That's now gone. No, not to somebody not to an organized person who maybe suffers from a little bit of OCD, or just lives in a certain way of, I'm going to do it now because then it's done. You've now given yourself another mental challenge to see, oh, is that person going to do it? When is that person going to do it? Like, you start getting a little bit stressed about it. I just need to push it to the side so I can go and do something that is important in the long run, or something that I want to do, not housework. Just let it go. But that's easier said than done. So then we come back full circle again and be like, oh, I can do it. It's fine. I'm going to do it. I'd rather have that mental strain than that guessing of, when is this person going to do it? If they're going to do it, you don't know. So it has its ups and downs.
Thank you so much to all the guys who took part in this video. Make sure to look out for the next one, which will be about helping out around the house as a child and when you first remember taking part in housework. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook for more videos coming up. Bye!